All right, the LA Chargers just hedged their bets with a huge signing. Well, I wouldn't say huge, but really kind of nice. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel all about the LA Chargers. We followed Jim Harbaugh. We're here in Michigan, so we followed him out there. Then we started this channel, and here we are. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you're a Chargers fan, my hair is crazy. I literally have this is just made cookies. And I'm just like, let's just do it. Let's just do it. It's part of the season. Let me know in the comments your Christmas Day meal, kind of the headliner. Is it a breakfast? Open gifts, do a little breakfast thing? Is it a just kind of a go all in on a dinner, ham, turkey, brisket? Let me know in the comments. Need to know. I'm a big breakfast guy, but I could transition it over to more of a brisket thing in the afternoon is what I'm thinking. But let's go hard with breakfast, cinnamon rolls, bacon, the whole thing. So here's what the Chargers did. They signed, and this is why I say hedge their bets, is they signed Eddie Jackson. Why they did this was a couple reasons. He was with Baltimore, didn't work out that well, went practice squad. They get him. I think they released him. But Eddie Jackson, former All-Pro, and what's happening is that the Chargers are going with, they're using not Derwin James at safety. This allows Derwin James to come down to the box, play like this nickel linebacker thing, and it's been super successful. You saw it against the Broncos. They started to do that more and more. After that like barrage that they just got beat up in the first quarter and a half, and then they started to bring Derwin James down, use additional safety. So they're saying, hey, let's get some safety depth while we can. It's not that often that we've got a guy like Eddie Jackson out there. Change of scenery. He's late in his career. We all understand that. But if something happens with our safeties, it's nice to have depth. We kind of like Derwin James being down in the box, blitzing. He can guard tight ends. He can play linebacker basically, and it has really paid off for the defense. So Eddie Jackson is who you sign. I think I don't know. I think you got to be kind of excited about it just because again, it's a practice squad player, but he's a former All-Pro that you're bringing back into the mix. And it's like, okay, you know what? This late in the season, I can get an All-Pro. We'll try it. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was with the Bears, because, again, we're Lions fans, played against them. It was like, you're a little pain in the butt is what you are. That's the best way to describe him is just like, dude, just batting balls down, interceptions. So Eddie Jackson is who you get. Now, as we kind of look into some other things, one of the things you cannot take for granted, I'm going to pull this up, see if I can get it pulled up here. Not only did you beat the Broncos division, just kind of solidify yourself as a playoff team. I mean, mathematically, there's still work to do, but it's basically a done deal. One of the huge things is that, remember, Chiefs are 1. The second seed's going to be the Bills. So you don't want to be the 7th seed. You're going to go to the Bills in January. Josh Allen. It's just like, that's not going to be great for us to do that. So by winning, you avoid the Bills for the time being. This just, again, that's the only thing I think. Other than you just want to get in. Well, hold on. You want to win the division. That's not happening. Fine. Okay, B, we can't be the 7th seed. Anything outside of that, let's go. We got a fighter's chance. Just don't love, if we can help it, to have to go to Buffalo. Josh Allen's playing like unbelievable. So that's huge. Another thing is, this is kind of an interesting, again, if we look at, this shows it here. Let me pull this up. So you can see on the left-hand side there, you've got Kansas City. See the matchup. So take Kansas City out, then you go 2-7, 3-6. Oh my gosh, the Steelers. I mean, Steelers, Texans, Ravens, they don't scare me. Chiefs scare me. Bills scare me. Everybody else, it's like, let's go. Let's see what happens. And honestly, if you're the 6th seed, if you just play this out here, you play the Steelers. So Buffalo beats Denver, let's say. Buffalo beats Denver, and you beat the Steelers. So you would be the lowest seed. So you would have to play, or the highest, whatever, you know what I'm saying. It would reseed. You would play the Chiefs. Okay. I mean, you imagine that in the playoffs? You can't, you're not like, oh no, this is totally a loss. I know I was just talking like that to go to the Buffalo Bills, but give me the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs all day. Another divisional game. The Chiefs are thinking, geez, like that's the last kind of team we want to see. Let's go play the Texans or something. So again, this is huge. Now, this article is kind of interesting because it's ranking kind of the teams by their Super Bowl chances, it's taking a composite of Vegas and schedules and all this different things. I think they say it right here. The Chargers have a decent chance of winning the first round of the NFL playoffs, depending on the matchup, but then they'd have to play the higher ranked seed. That being said, the odds of winning 4 playoff games in a row, all on the road, is a lot to ask for this Chargers team, and I agree with that. But look at what we're even talking about. The fact that we're even talking about playoffs, Super Bowl in year 1, that's what I continue to harp on. If you're new to this channel, being a Lions fan, we're able to kind of compare first year regime with Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, with Joe Ortiz, Jim Harbaugh. The drafts were almost identical in just the mentality. Jim Harbaugh, Dan Campbell, culture guys, bright coordinators, although Greg Roman's starting to figure it out. But point is, Lions really had to strip it all the way down and start. And in the long run, this really helped. But it was terrible that first year, going 0-10, 0-11, whatever, to start the year. You're in the playoffs, your first year. So you can't take that for granted. So again, you get Eddie Jackson. You're in the playoffs. You're not going to probably have to face the Bills. Outside of the Bills and Chiefs, outside of the Bills, nobody really scares you. The Chiefs, you know what? Let's just do it. They don't want to see you. That's the best part about it all. So again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're going for 10,000 subs on this channel, and it's just been a lot of fun kind of talking Chargers, seeing what's going on. Outsider's perspective, I think we're more positive on the outside, and it's easier to be positive about and be more realistic, right? You're so emotional as a fan of the team, right? The Lions, they're 13-2, and they lost, and it's just like, oh, Jesus, you're just like so down. It's like, you've lost twice, right? So it's easy from the outside to say that. Same thing with the Chargers. It's like, I don't know, what about this? What about that? It's like, man, don't forget really where you're at, where you're going, trajectory's up, everything's really good. I think you can't underestimate that. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your Christmas plans. No, not your plans. You have to do that. Christmas meal. See ya.